Hey everybody! So, it's me, Fan 2011. So, today, I'm going to be reading Bernie Beauty's Bendy series, starting with Bendy Devil and Joey Drew Studios. Don't worry, I got permission from her. Starting with the prequel, then the actual Bendy Straw show, then the sequel. So, here's the first episode. I think I'm going to do one episode every 2 days, I think. Probably gotta set a reminder for that. Anyways, let's go. First off, dealing with the devil. The story begins on a cloudy January day in Inkwell City. The holiday season had come to an end a week ago, and the activity slowed like the fall with the snow. At a local coffee shop, Mr. Ground's Cafe, a middle-aged man was having coffee inside and appeared to be waiting for someone. The man was named Joseph Joey Drew. He has a medium build body with blue eyes, slicked back black hair. It's like gray and white shade behind his ears, and a sun mustache. He has that thick, distinctive Western accent whenever he spoke. He's wearing a long sleeve white shirt with rolled sleeves, yellow striped tie, a matching striped gray vest and pants, and black shoes. Finally, the man Joey waited for here at the cafe. A young man named Henry Stein. He was in his early 20s with blonde hair and green eyes. He was wearing a white shirt, brown pants, suspenders, black shoes, and a dark coat. Henry put the coat on a hanger rack next to the door and sat across from Joey. "Oh, Henry," Joey greeted. "Hey, Joey," Henry replied. Henry and Joey got to know each other after working a few odd jobs together, and despite the age gap, they became good friends. "So, what's this character you wanted to show me?" Joey asked. "Well, I know you've been looking for an iconic character for the studio you're planning on opening, and I think I got it this time," Henry said. "You said that last time with the mouse. Remember that?" "I know, but this time, I think I really got it," Henry said before he pulled out a portfolio and handed it to the older man. Joey opened the sketchbook and looked over the drawings. What's the story behind this one?" Joey asked. "Alright, when I was 8 or 9 years old, I got really sick. My parents took me to the hospital. Turned out I had scarlet fever, and I was quarantined in the hospital for a few weeks." Flashback. Little Henry Stein was lying sick in the hospital bed, covered in rashes and sweating. I was in really bad shape, and I was usually by myself in that room when I wasn't attended to by the doctor and nurse. It got boring quickly, and I felt lonely. That was until I started dreaming about him. There were no curtains for the window, letting in the moonlight. Henry's eyes flared open. He saw the window slightly. It happened one night. I was lying in my bed when I noticed something big and black crawl into the room through the window. It looked like an animal with a tail. I thought it was a cat or a raccoon with a thin tail. The creature crawled into the room. When it lifted his head, I saw pointed hair that looked like horns on its head and big yellow eyes. The creature looked at the sick boy, its eyes on him. It moved close to Henry. His eyes scared me the most. I wanted to shout or scream and tell it to go away. I was paralyzed. Before I knew it, his hands were on the bed. The creature grabbed a stepping stool, stood on it to get close to Henry, and it smiled a wide smile at the boy. The little guy tried to talk to me, but I couldn't talk back. The little guy then bent his arm so far backward I thought it would snap in half, but I just let go, and it just went back into place like he was made of rubber. I laughed. It was funny. He looked like a cat with demonic eyes, but he acted like a friendly little kid, and I just stayed still listening to him. After a while, I closed my eyes. When I opened them again, it was morning, and the creature was gone. I almost forgot about him until the next night when I dreamed of him again and again. Every night I dreamed of him coming into my room keeping me company. Sometimes I even dreamed of him dancing for me. And the flashback. After I got better and was discharged, I went back home and started drawing from memory. And continued, I rarely dreamed of him again after that, but I never really forgot him. That's how this character was born. Joey looked at the cartoon drawing portfolio. It had a solid black body with a demon tail and a white face. Gloves over his hands, bow tie on his neck, shiny black shoes, and an oval shaped head with pointed ears that looked like horns. He also had a small black smile, but cut shaved eyes. Joey scratched his chin. Another friend of a name? He asked. I call him Bendy, Henry said. He's a mischievous little devil, but with a kind heart. He likes to sing and dance and pull a few pranks, and he gets in trouble, but it works out for him in the end. Joey nodded. You know what? I like it. I like this little guy. I'm just not too sure about his design. What's wrong with it? Henry asked. Not much. I just feel like it needs a little tweaking. Joey pulled out a pencil from his pocket. Do you mind? No. Go ahead. Joey used the pencil to erase something, and then draw again. Once he was finished, he showed it to Henry. Joey had erased the demon tail, changed Bendy's smile into a large, toothy grin. Why erase the tail? It'll be easier in anime without it. Henry? Does that mean you want him in your cartoons? In the cartoon? I want to be the star of my cartoon. I'm telling you, my friend, this little devil you made is going to make waves, and I want you to partner with me in this. Partner? As a business partner? Henry asked, dumbfounded. Of course, I don't just think of you as a talent artist, but you're also one of my most trusted friends. If I'm going to share this empire with anyone, it will be you. But what about Audrey? My Audrey. Of course, she'll be a part of this. But if I choose her to be my business partner, people will think of it as a form of nepotism. Besides, I already asked her, and she just wants to be an animator. So what do you think, Henry? Partners? Joey held his hand out to Henry. Well, if you're sure you can handle sharing the spotlight, then yes, I accept. Partners. Both men were unaware of the chain of events that were soon to unfold thanks to that decision. Months later, it was a beautiful April day in Quell City, and lots of people were excited about the opening of a new animation studio. The press gathered in front of the stage platform built for the occasion. The owner and CEO of the studio stood forward and cut the room with a pair of giant scissors. Good people of England, it is my privilege to declare Joey Drew Studios officially open, said Joey. He was wearing a blue suit and white shirt with black shoes and a black tie. He cut the ribbon, and the cameras flashed. The photographers took pictures from the papers. Staying to the left of Joey was his business partner and head animator, Henry Stein. Henry was wearing a white shirt, brown pants with a matching coat jacket, suspenders, and black shoes. Staying to Joey's right was his daughter and animator, Audrey Drew. She was a young woman in her early 20s, with curly brown hair, gray blue eyes, and dull lips. She was wearing a sensible powder blue dress that reached her ankles and black pants. Y'all see that with a dream and pen, anything is possible, Joey said to the cheering crowd. And I'm very excited to introduce our lip dancing demons in the world. More months later, in the underworld, specifically the throne room, the devil was sitting on his throne looking over some paperwork. While the sun was on a solid green newspaper on one of the steps of the throne. The devil smiled at his son. To think his little devil was already 65 years old. But it was more like a 6 or 7-year-old in Dune years. The devil may not appreciate having a child at first, but now he loves this little devil more than anything else, and he'll destroy anyone who dares to lay a harmful finger on him. Just as he was refocused on his work, the little peasant spoke up. Daddy, Daddy! The little devil jumped up and down and held the newspaper higher. Yes, son, the devil said. They're talking about a dancing demon cartoon on the paper, the devil said. Intrigued, the big devil took the newspaper and read where some point. On the paper was a picture of a movie poster showing a gloved hand and a slightly closed fist and a bunch of musical notes around the edges. Bendy in The Little Devil Daughter. A cartoon about a little dancing devil, the devil said. Interesting. Can we go see it, Can we? Bendy laughed while jumping with his tail wagging. Sure, why not? The devil said. Yay! Can we go now? No, we go after dark. Make it a private screening. The gas smile on his face. Later that night, the movie theater had closed for the night hours ago. That was no consequence for the devil and his company. The devil, Bendel, henchman, and 2 villains broke into the building and were getting ready for the screening. Henchman brought snacks, while the 2 devil ones prepared the projector. Soon, the video started. The devil, Bendel, and henchman were seated and watching the screen. The dancing demon's face appeared on the screen as the theme song played before the episode title popped up. If you don't know what the theme song is, it's like this. Little Devil's Island, featuring Bendy, the Dancing Demon, Cherry, the Charming Cherub, and Boris, the Hungry Wolf. Bendy, the Dancing Demon, had a black eye, an oval-shaped eye, and two black horn-shaped points on his head. He was wearing shiny black shoes, yellow gloves, and yellow bow tie. First glance, Cherry looked like an ordinary human girl wearing a white dress with a black ribbon tied around. But she also had cute little cherry points on her back and a halo on her head. If it were in color, she'd have cherry red hair. Boris looked like a tall wolf covered in black fur, wearing white overalls and white gloves. The episode took place on a sidewalk in the city. Bendy and Cherry would dance together in front of a crowd. The two children danced until Bendy and Cherry. They smiled at the crowd. The people cheering gave the kids money. Bendy collected the money in a hat. After the crowd left, Bendy pointed their eyes at the bike shop, implying they wanted to spend the money on a new bike. Cherry shook her head and pointed at the donation box at the church close by. Little Devil shook his head and tried to take the money to the bike shop. Little Cherry pulled the hat back. And the two got into a tug-of-war for the hat, so what's the two and Joe fall back. Boris casually walked by, picked up the money, used to buy himself lunch at a nearby diner. Yeah. Brought to you by Silly Vision from Joey Drew Studios. The Devil and Bendy clapped after the end of the cartoon. Only Henchman sat there silently, looked surprised. That was hardly charming, the Devil said. I like that green wolf judge tonight. I like the dancing demon, Bendy said. What about you, Henchman? Henchman didn't answer. Henchman, the Devil asked. Probably snapped out. Oh, sorry, boss. What was that? What was that? I saw it and just asked you a question, the Devil explained. Sorry, boss. It's just... Anyone else noticed the Bendy character looked a lot like Brendel? Henchman said. That'd be ridiculous. That cartoon demon looked nothing like my Bender, he said before painting Little Devil's head, who burned under the touch. Oh, boss. You're very similar. The Devil turned his head and looked at the projection window. Hey, you two! Play the film again! The Devil ordered. Yes, sir! Demon 576 called out. After a minute or two, they replayed the cartoon and waited until the cartoon demon was on screen. Stop the film! The Devil ordered. The cartoon paused. The cartoon demon was frozen with his eyes closed, saying his dance pose. The Devil used a pitchfork to carefully pick his son up with telekinesis, and where he could see the two little devils side by side. The Devil and Henchman scrutinized both. See, Henchman, the Devil said. That cartoon demon doesn't have a tail. Furthermore, my Bendel doesn't wear anything other than his shoes. It was true. Bendel had no gloves or bow ties on. Just shiny black shoes for dancing. Yeah, but the face and heads look the same, Henchman said. Bendel, try and mirror that demon smile, the Devil instructed. Bendel glanced back at the cartoon image, then back at his father before recreating the same smile with closed eyes. The Devil could finally see the similarity, and he gasped. Oh! I see it now, Henchman asked. The Devil sent the Little Devil Henchman's way. Oh, this! He said before letting Bendel fall shortly into the purple demon's arms. Is that supposed to be me, Henchman? Well, I'm not sure, boss, but it's pretty close. The Devil, meanwhile, followed the projection window. Where did this real come from? He questioned the two devils. One of them picked up the real case. It's sent from Joey Drew Studios. Demon 345 answered. Yeah, this is just be watching here. The projector got so hot the film reel started to catch fire. The cartoon was burning. Someone's going to answer for this! The Devil said ominously. The very next day, Miss Joking Bank wants to ask Mr. Drew. Mr. Rodriguez, Joey's secretary, said. Miss Rodriguez was a stout human woman with curly black hair, a tan complexion, and brown eyes. She's wearing a red dress and red flowing glasses over her eyes. Joey and Henry were saying to the studio officer. I told Cal she'll get her money soon enough. Joey said. Joey! Henry exclaimed. What? That bank representative is literally a cow, Joe explained. Let's go to your office. Ms. Rodriguez, I'll make me some coffee and bring it to my office in 10 minutes. Yes, sir, the woman said before walking away. Henry and Joey walked to Henry's office. There was a chair, a sketch table, and drawings on paper pinned to the walls. Henry sat down. How will we not have enough money to pay back the bank? I thought sales were doing good, Henry said. They are, but still not enough to sell all my accounts, Joe explained. It's not just the bank. I owe a few other people money too. Have you told Audrey yet? Henry asked. Why bother about that? Joey asked. I mean, about what? Audrey asked. She came in. She was wearing a light blue knitted top, a long dark skirt, and black pumps. Joey flinched before he turned around and smiled his arm. Nothing, Audrey. Just business stuff, Joey said. Audrey looked at her father skeptically. And haven't I told you not to dig up on me like that? Joey said. You did, but if I didn't, then you wouldn't have caught that little tip about you not having enough money to pay back the bank, Audrey said. I knew asked what we were up to, Joey said. Dad, what's gonna happen if you can't pay the bank in time? Audrey asked. Well, supposedly we might lose the studio, Joey said. Don't worry, I'm not gonna let that happen. But how are you going to pay the bank on time? When's the deadline? Audrey asked. Audrey, please. Go back gaming and let the business owners figure it out, Joey said. It'll be alright. Audrey roughly walked away back to her room. Joey's about to walk out. Never spoke up. Joey, how long do we have? Joey didn't say anything. About 5 days. Joey said, 5 days? Henry exclaimed, getting up from his chair. Joey turned around and smiled casually. Henry, I'll get the money. You just do your job, and I'll do mine, Joey said before leaving. The older man smiled quickly before he walked over to his office down the hall. He noticed that Mr. Rodriguez was sitting at her desk. Joey shrugged and walked through his office. It was a large room with 3 windows. There was a big brown desk, drawers with dozens of shelves, a closet door, and a tall office chair. The man opened the door. But when he saw what was waiting inside his office, he gasped, and his eyes went wide. Back in Henry's office, Steve thought until he heard a loud door slam. Alright! Came Joey's voice yelling. Come to my office! Now! The young man quickly got on his feet and ran towards Joey's office. The older man was pressing himself against the door, looking like he'd just seen a ghost. What's the matter? What happened? Henry asked. Joey was taking a deep breath. I want you to crack the door open slightly, look inside, and tell me what you see on my desk, he said before backing away from the office door. Henry looked at Joey, confused. But then he did the older man's chest. He slowly opened the door and peeked inside. All I see is a black... There, sitting on Joey's desk, was a little devil child Henry had seen in his dreams years ago, whistling a lively tune and kicking his legs around, down to the light shining shoes, yellow eyes, and demon tail. Joey joined Henry next to the door, peeking from behind. It can't be. It can't be. I thought I made him up, Henry whispered. Why looks really right now, Joey whispered. Wasting loud enough for Bendy to hear. So said, smile and waved at Ben. Henry noticed the little devil, now more teeth in his house than last time. Hiya, Bendy said. Henry slowly opened the door and stepped in the office. Joey tried to pull him back. Henry pushed his hand back and kept walking tentatively. He stopped to further to from the little demon on the desk. Hello, Henry greeted nervously. Hiya, I'm Bendo, the little devil said. Bendo? Henry asked. No. Bendo, the little devil said. Not toy, he patted. I'm sorry, Henry said. He couldn't take his eyes off the little devil. Wow, where in the world did you come from? Down that way, Bendo said, and pointing downward. Henry was confused for a second before suddenly figuring it out. You mean like 6 feet under? Henry asked. Oh no, much deeper and darker, Bendo said. Henry's face went pale. Joey finally walked over to the desk and close to him. This is incredible! Even the ears look like horns. Are they really horns? Joe said. He reached out and touched the points on Bendo's head. The little devil leaned back before he hissed fiercely, making the men back away. Joey shook his finger. Hey, no, it's not nice to hiss at people, he said sternly. I still can't believe he's real, Henry said. Joey smiled. Me either. Imagine, a real live Bendy, our dancing demon, sitting right here in my office, he said. Suddenly, an explosion of black smoke erupted the room. Various seconds later, and the devil now stood between the men and the little devil. Ah! The big devil exclaimed. Joey and Henry exclaimed and backed up against the wall. Joey tried to get to the door, but it slammed shut thanks to the pitchfork's power. When he tried to knob, it wouldn't budge. So it's true, the devil said, pointing his pitchfork at the men with one hand, and holding a coffee mug in his other hand. You're all using the demon's image, blaming it as their creation, and using said image to make money. And then glanced at each other briefly as though teamed. There's a word for that, gentlemen. It's called plagiarism, and I, for one, will not stand for it. Dell took a sip of the coffee and spat out. Author should fire a secretary. She makes terrible coffee. Big Dell threw the mic out the window. It's ran passing automobile, causing the driver to crash their vehicle. Dell shut the window. Mr. Dell, sir, where now? Joey said. We thought I was a figment of a dream by business partner here when he was just a kid. Pointing finger at Henry. Henry glared at the old man. Dell turned his pitchfork to point towards Henry. Sir, you're the one responsible for this? Dell questioned. His pitchfork catched on fire. Mr. Devil, I swear, I didn't know this demon was real. Henry pleaded. Pitchfork grew hot. Joey noticed this and stepped between Henry and Pitchfork. Why? Joey yelled. Really meant no offense when we made the Bendy cartoon. It's really no magic idea, or should I say the person that is Little Pendle here. Pitchfork's fire went out. Her mod, you say? Devil asked. That's right, Joey said with a nervous smile. Devil hummed in contemplation for a second before pulling his pitchfork back. Okay, when you put it that way, I suppose I don't have to kill you for it, Devil said. But if you want to use the demon's image, you're going to have to pay a fee. Fee? Joey asked. As in royalties, Devil said, then pulling the flaming pitchfork back to the one. You have two choices. Collect $50,000 to pay me if you wish to continue using Bendel's face for cartoons, or retract the spending character altogether if you fail to comply. He aimed his pitchfork at a large cardboard cutout from the dance demon, shot a firefly. The cutout burned to ash in a second. I'll give you 3 days. Bendel hopped on the desk and wrapped his arms and legs around the big Bell's left leg. You two have a nice day, Bendel said before slamming down his pitchfork. He and Little Devil disappeared in a puff of dark smoke. Harry and Joey stood there in shock for a few seconds. $50,000, Harry said, breaking the silence. We'll never scrape that much money together in time. Should we just retract Bendy? Joey just stood there for a moment before turning to look at his business partner. We can, Joey said. Retracting the Star Wars show now will cost you more than $50,000. Maybe we should tell them. We are not going to tell anyone about this. Understand? Not a soul, Joey interjected. You go back in your office and keep doing your anime like nothing has happened. He pushed Henry out of the room. But what are you going to do? Henry asked. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I'm not going to do, Joey said. I'm not going to let anyone destroy his waste. Not even the king of the underworld himself. I'm going to fix the mess you guys into when you pitch the idea of using Devil's Kid as a cartoon character. With that, he slammed the door shut. Henry stood there for a moment before Tom back to his office, slamming the door behind him. He got back to work feeling frustrated. Left alone, Joey pulled out some files and books from the cabinets and placed them on his desk. They were all about demonology and other religious things. Well, you can't make a show about demons and sheriffs without doing some research on the subject. Soon, found what he was looking for, among other things. Hours passed, and Henry poured all of his anxiety into his work. After looking at the clock, he realized he'd stayed in the office later than usual. I better go home to Linda, Henry said. He was packing his work case, couldn't help but think about what Joey said earlier. How exactly is he going to fix this anyway? He wondered. Later that night, the full moon was glowing high in the sky of stars over the Inkwell Forest. The forest is usually silent this time of night, but an intruder disrupted that. Joey drew, holding a lantern in one hand and holding a map in the other, was walking through the woods. He was wearing a coat over his usual clothing to make up for the cold night air. Soon, he spotted more 3 yellowish lights in the distance. He blew out his lantern and walked toward the lights. He soon found what looked like a subway station entrance in the middle of a forest clearing. It had 3 round lamp lights and a sign with red arrows pointing down. The sign had only one word on it: Underworld. Joey took a deep breath and walked down the entrance to hell. Meanwhile, in the Underworld headquarters, the devil was reading a book in the little devil's room, while Bendel was in his bed. Entire families were wiped out, the devil read. The cleanup of the bodies took about 10 days, and since most of the bodies were beyond recognition, they were placed in mass grave in the largest cemetery in the country. Such fond memories. The snore interrupted the big devil's ring. He looked up and saw this little devil was falling asleep. His father closed the book, tipped it out of the room, and closed the door. A flying imp flew to the devil. Excuse me, sir, Demon Priest 78 said. What do you want? Della said sternly. I just came from the stairs that way. More man has just entered the stairs and saying that right now. She exclaimed. Della's eyes lit up and smiled wide. A depraved Sarah hanged on the underworld. How marvelous, Della said. Let's take a look at who it is. The big Della saw the floating magic mirror in front of him. The mirror surface rippled, and an image of Joey walking down the stairs appeared. Joey Drew, the Della said with a smirk. Very interesting. That will be all. He shoot the demon away. Demon 378 flew away, and Della flew to his throne. Back in Dell's room, Della saw and woke up his back to lips. I'm thirsty, Della mumbled. Daddy? Daddy? The little devil turned his head and realized his father was gone. Della got up from his bed, opened the door, and went to search for his dad. Upstairs, Joey was still walking past him. How much longer is this gonna take? The man wondered. Joey peeked down on the side stairs, hoping to see the ground. Although the underworld filer looked like it was no bigger than a candlelight from here. The man groaned. Just as he was about to take another step, the stairway melted the slide. He fell back before sliding. Screaming as he slid down faster and faster. When he eventually reached the bottom of the slide, he flew until he landed with thud, face first. Joey puts his head and shook away the paint stars before he noticed he was in the throne room, and Della was waiting for him at the other end. Staying on the throne. By all means, come on in, Della called out. Joey slowly got up and patted himself while walking forward. He put on a brave face, but deep down he feared the worst. Let's have a peek at the files, shall we? Della said before he pulled out a file. He paused the glass before he read the file papers. Let's see. Joseph Joey Drew, born in Patterson, New Jersey. Current age 36, shoemaker father and homemaker mother, blah blah blah, joining out in legal age, blah blah blah. Married to Miss Alison Pendle, had one daughter named Audrey. Wife leaves, pursuing new life, more financially stable provider. Joey felt the pain as just being reminded of his leading spouse, Dog Teen. Raised all that, worked many odd jobs over the years, blah blah blah. Made friends with rich and poor alike, and is now pursuing a career as director and CEO of an animation studio. And named after himself, scores immortality in his industry history books. They'll conclude with a last slam on the file. Many players sure, he said with a shrug. I mean, who wouldn't want to make a name for himself? Indeed, Dell said. We snapped his fingers, made the file glass disappear. So, I gave you 3 days to collect money for me. You come to me empty-handed in less than one. Why is that? Right, Joey said. He stepped off his jacket and placed it on the floor behind him. I'll just skip to the point, sir. I want to talk to you about the fee. I can't pay for it. You see, I'm already deep financial as it is. Yes, I know. I saw that in the file as well, Dell said. I did not come to beg. I came here hoping we can make a new deal of some kind. Go on, Dell said. You could guess where this is going. I know you have bonds for taking people's souls. For a trade, of course. I'd be willing to offer my soul in exchange as compensation. Dell tensed his fingers as thinking over. Just so we understand each other, Dell said. You're willing to surrender your money, what's the sale in exchange for using the image of the even in your insignificant cartoons? No, I'm only in my soul to use your son's image in my cartoons. Dell's brows furrowed. Now it was Joey's turn to smile. He did. Oh, yes, I figured it out. I thought, why would the king of demons care if one little demon's image was used in my insignificant cartoon? Then it hit me. Well, Mendel is your child, he answered confidently. Don't worry, I have no interest in sharing that little tidbit to the public. I'm desperate. I'll do now. Maybe you won't. And maybe I'll just have your studio destroyed anyway, Dell said. I can easily have it done, and you couldn't do jack about it. He pointed his flaming pitchfork at Joey. The man just staring nervously back at it. Alright, you're good. Well, let me ask you a question. Have you seen the cartoons? He asked. What's your point, Drew? Well, yeah, you didn't think we're not calling him by his true name or telling people his dad's a dope. We've been saying it's blue. So what's the danger of this cartoon continues? Dell extinguished the flame on his pitchfork and pulled it back. All I'm asking for is a chance to continue my life's work, and in return, You can take my soul and I die. Sound fair? Devil slowly got from his throne and walked forward. Joey did his best to stand his ground, not tremble as the demon became approached. I let you continue a cartoon using the little devil's image. I get your sorrow. The devil said. He extended out his hand. It's a deal. Joey reached out without hesitation and shook hands with the devil. After the shaking, Joey made a full move and put a hand over the devil's. While we're on the subject of my career, there is one more aspect of it I wish to discuss with you. The devil narrowed his eyes. Meanwhile, Bendy, who's hiding behind a pillar, looked on in fascination. Wow, that guy's got guts, the devil whispered. The next day, everyone who was off to drop off his briefcase before heading to Joey's office. Ms. Rodriguez sitting at her desk typing on typewriter. Good morning, Miss Stein. Good morning, Miss Rodriguez. Is Joey in yet? Henry asked. Yes. He seems to be in a really good mood right now. Really? Henry asked. He was expecting to hear that. Knock on the manager's door. Come in! Joey called out. Henry entered the room and Joey smiled along. Oh, good. Just what I wanted to see, Joey said. Please, come in, Zed. The young man has been sat opposite the desk. Hi, Joey. Are you okay? He asked. I'm great, Joey answered. Henry, I want to apologize for my spat at you yesterday. You obviously didn't mean any harm when you pitched Bendy, but I won't hold against you. Great. Thank you. Speaking of yesterday, you seem a lot calmer now. Aren't you worried? Oh, that's been taken care of. What do you mean by that? I mean, the devil and I worked something out and we can continue the cartoon and for as long as we want. Well, what about the 50,000? We're good. How? I have my ways. Joey, I've known you for a long time. Enough for a long time now that your ambitions are stubborn. But this is insane. How did we manage to convince him? Well, I just gave him something else. Something he wanted more than money. What could he want that you could just... Hearing the gas piece against his head. You didn't actually give away your... Henry, calm down. Joey interjected. It'll be a long way to the plane until I have to give it up. And I failed Catholic school twice as a child. I guess you could say, I've never been too worried about it. But Joey, Bendy was my idea. You shouldn't... Henry, you're young, you have a wife, and you're my friend. I don't want my friend sacrificing stuff like that when it was my dream to build the studio. Henry was taken back by Joey's words. I don't know what to say, Henry said. No need to say anything. Let's just get back to work, Joey said. Henry got up and walked to the door. Oh, just one thing, Joey said. Henry stopped. Let's keep this little secret between us, Joey said. Sure, Henry said before walking out and closing the door. Joey let out his breath and slumped into his chair. That went better than I thought, Joey said to himself before he sat back up. Without his personal notebook, he tied up the illusion of I hope you'll come visit along sometime, my little devil, he said. Next episode, Haunted by a Child. Next episode in this fanfic. Okay, bye.